Cathy Calhoun with Keller Williams Capital Realty, and this afternoon I'm visiting with the Reverend Wendy McWilliams, who is at the St. James Presbyterian Church in Hanwell. And Wendy, thank you for agreeing to do the interview. And how long have you been serving in this church?
I worked in economic development for 10 years before being called into ministry, and after I graduated from Presbyterian College in 2011, I was inducted and ordained as minister here at St. James in July 2011.
Okay, so have you been able to use some of what you did previously in your new career or your new position?
I have. It's really helped to have had a background working with different stakeholders and building partnerships and thinking about the community in which we serve and the needs of the people. For example, we've the last couple of years, we've really focused on how we can minister to seniors and retired individuals and create opportunities for them to volunteer, be engaged in the community, promote wellness and independent living, and create fellowship and friendships. And one of the programs that has arisen has been the monthly community breakfast with the Hanwell Rotary, of which you're a part.
I'm a part of, yes, for sure.
We love having a monthly breakfast, being able to provide people in the community and outside Hanwell with the opportunity to come together with their friends and family and have a great meal.
There. So St. James was founded when?
It was founded actually 135 years ago. We are celebrating a milestone this year. We began as a meeting place, a gathering place for Christian communities to gather and worship. And over the years, we evolved as a member of the Presbyterian Church in Canada. In the late 30s, the building burned down, and that's when we rebuilt and joined the Presbyterian Church in Canada. The building actually is still in existence on the Hanwell Road.
Okay.
It was bought after we moved here in the late 80s. We outgrew our original, our second building.
So that's your second building on this spot?
We built in the late 80s. On this spot, and then we expanded in the late 90s.
Okay, and that little piece, that little church that you were talking about, that was here, and then it was moved elsewhere?
It was actually down where the Hanwell Cemetery is. The Hanwell Cemetery is part of the St. James.
Okay.
And when we moved here, we sold the building and it was moved off the cemetery property.
Okay. And so you would have, maybe you could tell us a little bit about your church services, like when you have your church services, and if you have anything else, like any extra services that you put on?
Our regular service is Sunday at 11 a.m. We offer Sunday school for young people, and we have a coffee hour afterwards. In the summertime, we often go to a 10 o'clock service because we know spending time with family and enjoying the beautiful weather is important. Yeah. And throughout the year, we also have a number of special services like Christmas Eve and extra services during Holy Week. We're planning right now for a service of comfort and hope. You may see the empty tree racks behind us and wonder, what are those for? That they're a special tradition we have for those coming to this service, that they can build a poinsettia tree in memory of those they've lost. And so, and then we also officiate at weddings and funerals when there's a loss.
I don't live too far from here, and I know that this is a very busy church. We've helped with the Rotary and helped with the breakfasts, but you guys are always putting on dinners and opening it up to the public. So you do a lot of service in the community for sure. And were you telling us too a little bit about, you were saying some of the different groups that meet here. So it's probably safe to say that it's open almost every evening of the week with some group or another?
It's always been important to us right from our inception as a meeting place to be a gathering place for community, for friendship building, for growing in faith, and for community building and serving. And we recognize it's not just St. James that builds communities. There's so many people and groups. So we think it's important to open our doors for groups like the Second Hanwell Scouting Program. We have a Zumba class, a Zumba instructor that comes here on Monday night. We also offer a seniors coffee house twice a week. There's a community knitting group that comes in. We've had different community government events take place, voting.
Yes, we just had that.
Yes. We usually play a role in the elections, but people even use the building for family gatherings, like Christmas gatherings when there's
we just did that.
Yes, yeah.
It was
baby
amazing.
Showers and now we're hoping too. It's hard to see, but we now have a community memorial garden that was built by some of the seniors in our congregation and community, and we've brought in flowers from different residents to bring a bit of their garden to the community garden, and so we hope to be able to share that with members as well of the community.
Well, you're a very busy church, and it's I know it's not a large church, but you certainly are out in the community and doing everything right from what I can see. So if anybody is looking for a new place of worship, certainly this would be the place to come. So thank you, Wendy.
Thank you so much.
All right.